I don't.
Why? Because of the negative connotation surrounding it?
No, I don't give a fuck about that. I just feel like...
Do you think that feminists are men haters?
No. I feel like... Okay, because I feel like women should be able to do what men do, but also, like, I feel like there's some things that you guys just need to sit out of, that we just need to sit out of. Like, I feel like there's just some things that I feel like the feminist community, like, forces it, and I'm just like, no, like, just sit out. Like, this is, I get it. I get what you're fighting for, but sit this one out.
I think feminism, when I went to school, right, that was like the main thing, right? Like when I took my women, gender, and sexuality studies class, like the intro, it was like, what's your definition?
Like, I do identify as one. There's a certain extent to like where I identify.
Right. But the thing about feminism is there's no one definition. That's what makes it like so interesting. Like, it's so complex and like multi-layered, and the main thing is always about choice. I can sit here and preach to you abortion needs to be accessible for everyone, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go get an abortion. It's all about choice. So whether you are a feminist to this degree or this degree, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, being a feminist just means that you believe in equity for women, not equality and equity. Yeah, whatever that looks like for you, that's your thing. But I think if you're a woman, you have to be a feminist, because for you to not recognize that you are considered less than because we live in a man's world, a white man's world at that, then it's just like an ignorant point of view, you know?
Yeah.
Huh? You're recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Good. Why not?
Anyway, I brought that up though real quick just because like her Guts album was very like feminist oriented. Like, that's like one of her main personality traits. I think that's why I really resonate with her and I love her. She's also Filipino, whatever. So it's also like woman of color. I love that. Anyway, but her Guts album just really is like a different sound than like other pop artists, because like, I mean, I don't really listen to a lot of music, but like music I listen to, I like things that like have meaning. We've had this conversation before, and like her songs really, like, some of them dive into like, it's not just like heartbreak and loving men and like this, it's like about like being a woman and like being angry and like being beautiful at the same time.
I like that.
It's so good.
Yeah, no. I do like her sound. I just feel like I don't resonate with all of her tracks. But like, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, but like...
Let me put you on.
I definitely am, like I said, to a certain extent. I just feel like once you start getting into like them other topics, or like, you know, you start forcing it, I feel like that's just like, no.
But what do you mean? Like, what's forcing? Like, I know one time we agreed on about like women proposing. Like, I don't know. Like that?
No, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like women should be able to do that if they want to.
Exactly. Like, choice.
If you want to propose, bitch, do what you have to do.
I agree. I think it doesn't affect me, so why do I care?
Exactly.
I think that's why.
Would I do it? Probably not. If I felt like I wanted to, though, yeah, sure, why not? But I don't know. I feel like it goes back to like, I don't know, women feeling like, I feel like men owing us something, because they don't owe us nothing. But like, I also feel like the need to like throw it in people's faces is what makes us like unserious. Because like, I don't want to be taken as a joke, you know?
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Like, I feel like when you start forcing it, it's like same thing like with religion and stuff like that. When you're forcing it, people take that as a joke. Like, not a literal joke, but I mean like they don't take it seriously. And like when you start shoving things down people's throat and you don't even give them a chance to like understand why, then it's just like they're just talking, just to talk, you know? And then you're just noise. I don't want to be just noise. Like, I want to have purpose behind what I'm saying. Like, I don't want it to just be like, oh, I'm a woman, so I should be able to do this. It doesn't even matter what you think. Like, I have the choice behind that. Yes.
Like narrow-minded.
But like also, yes. Like like, yes, so I agree with your saying, but people are not going to listen to you with that type of with that type of approach. That's the part where I don't like, because I don't want people to categorize me like that, because I can get my point across, but also let you realize or like help you understand why I want that. You know what I mean? Like, get you to a point where now I might shift your perspective because of how I'm putting it down.
Yeah.
Not, oh, that's just noise. No, I don't want to be just noise. I want to be purpose.
But I agree, like 110%. Like, I think there has to be, like you said, like intention behind your words, and like obviously, like just because you're getting louder in an argument doesn't mean you're right. Right. But I think also, like, why, like, we need to think about why is it that those traits are something that you automatically equate with being feminist, because that's what you see in the media, but that's because that's how they want you to look at feminists, as like these angry women hating men. And that's not necessarily true, but they're portraying that in the media because that's what they want you to think, because they want women to be scared to be called feminists. And I'm not gonna lie, I remember growing up and being like, oh, I believe in women's rights, but I'm not a feminist. Of course not. I don't think anything's wrong with men. Like, yeah, I think that they do shitty things sometimes,
but I'm not scared of the title, though. I'm not scared of the title. I'm fine with being a feminist. I just don't like what the definition is behind it. Like,
but there's not just one definition.
But at my point, though, but like you just said, the main mask, I guess you could say, of a feminist is that, like, the anger, the aggression, the
stereotype.
Men, yes, there you go. The stereotype, I don't want that attached to my name, because that's not the type of feminist that I am. Like, I love men, and like I feel like you know, in the world that we live in, men can't survive without us, and we can't survive without them. If we're being honest, like, also. Then to just throw it back, this also is just a world of women and their kids.
I know, I saw that video on TikTok and I was like, mind blown. Like, can we just talk about that real quick? Like, actually, if you think about it, the thing on TikTok was, I already forgot. It was about, what did it say? It was like
the world is literally just women and their kids, because men can't be on this earth without women. You do not exist without your mother.
Yes.
Like,
it's literally just women and their children. I love that. I love that so much. I love it even more now that I'm a mom, but I would have loved it even before, because I just think that women are just so underestimated, and I think we're just so understudied and misunderstood and just always counted out. And I think that women can do so many things if we were just given those opportunities. And even like in history, like, women are so discredited from things that they've discovered and created, and men just take that and they're like, that's mine. And that's why like, when we go back to the stereo thing, I don't like the part of the aggression, because I feel like that's why we get misunderstood so much, because it's always women are aggressive, women are emotional, impulsive, women are this. They're gonna push the red button on their period. Boy, bye. I would love to see you control a country when you got your period.
But it's like, yes, we're emotional, but we bring the humanity to the table, because men aren't like that. Men don't have that emotional aspect. It's all logic, it's all brain. We bring the humanity to the table. Like, bro, if we didn't have women in office, think about how heartless and how cold the world would be.
Yeah.
You only get like mercy and grace when women are involved. Not taken away from the fact that there are men that, you know, have that too, but if it weren't for women like introducing that, where would we be at?
There's some women that don't care.
Agreed. And that's why I just said, like, even though there's some men too that have that aspect, but where would we be at? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't like that. I don't like the stereotype of, oh, feminists are aggressive and feminists are this or that and the third. I don't like that, because I'm not like, yes, I'm aggressive, and yes, I can get to that point, but like I'm also logical. Like, I'm logical, I'm reasonable, like I'm rational, you know, like I think first. Like, I know I'm not impulsive. Like, I think about something before I do it. Or when it's something like serious, something like real world stuff, I think first. Like there's logic behind my feelings, whether I'm emotional about it or not, whether I'm upset about it or not. There's logic behind why I feel the way I feel. And honestly, like that just goes back to me being a human being.
Yeah.
If I didn't have emotion behind it, then what? We'd be robots.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the problem that I have with the word feminist, because like the world sees them as aggressive, and I don't think I'm aggressive. Like I think I can get there, but like I don't like being categorized like that.
Okay. Yes. But why, if everybody has a different definition, like why does it matter like what other people think if you know in your heart that that's not how you, what feminist means to you?
Because I want my word to be taken serious. Like I don't want the negative connotation behind everything I say to be, oh, she's saying that with aggression, even if I'm not.
So it's like what I said from the beginning. It is the negative connotation that steers you away from from having that identity.
No, because I just said I identify with it to a certain extent. I don't want that to fully be my title though. Like that's why I'm saying,
that's not
like,
your only identity.
What do you mean?
Like just because you're a feminist doesn't mean you're not like other things.
No, for sure. But like, okay. Like I said, like I agree with it to a certain extent. It's like I'm in and out. Like I'm in and out. Like,
well, can't you say that about all other identities too?
Like what?
Like, oh, I'm Hispanic, but I'm not in gangs, and I don't cheat, and I don't, like all these stereotypes.
For sure. That's why.
You say you don't say that you're Hispanic or Latina?
No, but I'm saying like, feminist to me is what I want it to be. And if I don't want to be marked by the aggressive connotation, I don't have to be. That's my choice.
So do you identify as a feminist or not?
No. But I agree. Look.
I don't get it. I'm confused.
Like I agree to a certain extent. What do you?
But why do you? If you agree, why wouldn't you say that you are?
Because I just said I agree to a certain extent.
But there's multiple different definitions that is with that identity. So like if you're saying that you're this type of feminist, you're still a feminist. Do you believe that women deserve equity and equality? Yes. Feminist.
Yes, but like,
am I a woman-hating man? I mean, am I a man-hating woman? Yes, I'm a feminist. Like, what do you mean? Like,
you said yes?
I'm using it as an example.
Okay. No, I don't know, but see, that's the thing too. Like, no, I don't identify with that.
Okay, but like nobody's gonna come up to you and be like, "Are you a feminist? Which definition does resonates with you?" Like, nobody's gonna say that. You know that if you're a feminist, that's what you believe in, and that's what that is. There's layers to everything. Like you're not gonna nothing is ever black and white. Like you're never gonna fully identify with something because that's what it is. It's like, no, there's different layers. And the same way you said with religion, like, oh, I can be Christian, but I don't agree with how Christians, some Christians feel towards like gay people or immigrants or like other things like that, you know?
Real.
So, but
that's what I'm saying. The definitions are to what I want them to be. It's mine to say. So I don't have to, okay. The definition that the world has on feminism, I don't identify with that.
But there's no one, that's my point.
Okay, but I'm saying like the general, like when we're talking general, the aggression.
No, that's the stereotype. The general definition is women that want equity and equality.
That's not the common fight though. Like when you go like TikTok, Instagram.
These are the stereotypes.
Okay, but that's what's in people's faces. When you ask people what is feminism to you, that's what they're gonna tell you.
Because they're uneducated.
My point. I don't need to educate anybody. I know what the definition is to me, and that's just what it is.
So then you
I don't have to identify, but I don't have to say that I am though.
Conversation's going nowhere. I'm a feminist through and through. I don't care what you think. Stereotypes or not, I know what I'm doing and I know what is true to me.
I know what I fight for.
So what do you fight for?
I don't have to have a title to know what I fight for.
So
I don't have to have a title to know that I want women to be in certain conversations. I don't need the title to know that I want women to have equality. I don't need that title. I don't need the title to identify with the fact that I'm a woman and I want that for us. I don't need that title. I don't need to identify as that to know that that's what I fight for.
But you don't think that there's like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, oh my God, what is it called when people like uplift you? There's like, I'm like blanking on the word.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Like, my gosh, words are not, it's really late, guys. You don't think that there's not comfort, there's power in having that identity? You don't think so? Like the same way, like, for example, before there was like terms of being like lesbian, gay, trans, whatever, like feeling like you're in like this, feeling like you are different and don't have a label, it makes you feel like misunderstood, like, oh, I don't know, like I just know that I'm not the norm. But now having this label, it's like, okay, I know I'm part of a community. So there's like power in that. So do you agree that there's like, power in that is my question.
Yeah, for sure. And I like having conversations with women who are educated. I don't like the conversations with women who are like closed-minded.
Okay, yes, I agree. I think having conversations with closed-minded people is like very,
because that's just gonna
hard.
Make me mad.
Like you're talking to a wall.
It's just gonna make me mad, and I'm just gonna say F you and everybody that you know.
I'm
like,
crying
because like I can't talk to uneducated people. I really can't.
Okay, but like going back to like our first episode and like just knowing you on a personal level, like you said that you identify as like a human rights activist. So like, shouldn't you be a part of those conversations to educate people? And like not educating to the fact that you're like, oh, and this on this day and this whatever, like just like basic, the same way I just explained to you about when I was in college, the first thing that they told me was there's no one definition to feminism. Like that's something, that's me educating you right there from my experience. Like you don't think that if you identify as a human rights activist, if that's something that's part of that you're passionate about and that brings your character, shouldn't you have those conversations?
No, yes, definitely, but I don't think it has to be cornered into that.
It's not. I think the way we're looking at it is two different things. Like I'm looking at like feminism as being part of your identity because, like I said, you're passionate, you care, it makes up a lot of your characteristics because I resonate with that. But that doesn't necessarily categorize me as, oh, I'm a feminist and I'm only one way. People are multi-layered, they have multiple identities. You come from different backgrounds that shape your experiences. So like my experience as a feminism, like I said, as a feminist, not a feminism, as a feminist is going to be different than the next person walking on the street because I have different identities. I am a woman, I am Latina, I am first generation, I am a mom now. That brings new identities and just like perspectives. I'm a college educated person. I grew up in a multiple, what is the word I'm looking for? Like a diverse area, a diverse area in like socioeconomic status. Those all are things that's called intersectionality that characterizes my perspective and experience. But that doesn't mean that your experience and definition is the same.
Agreed. I agree with that. I don't know. I just feel like my fight is like how I want it to look. Like my fight for women is also like my fight for people in general. Like, so I think that's also another reason why I just don't categorize myself as that, because I'm more of a human person.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about the gender part. I do.
But is that because you're not like necessarily educated on that much on it?
No, I just don't think that. Look, I just don't think that I don't like putting things into boxes. Like I just don't like squeezing it all into one thing and it being like, oh, this is that and this is this. No, it's all together. It's all the same thing. So
okay, I agree with that to an extent.
That's just what I'm saying. Like I agree with things to a certain extent, and I don't have to identify with it though. That's just all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I was saying that I think that there's power in identifying because, like I said, then you're part of a community. But also, just quickly, like going back to my point of saying like, I'm not saying you're not educated. I'm just saying like if you are not well versed in women's rights, just because like that's like its own thing, right? Is that not like the same thing as like before we learned about Gaza, right? Because before it was free Palestine, it really was not talked about, right? There was no education, there's no news coverage, nobody knows what's going on until it's talked about. So before that, like, I guess what I'm like trying to like explain myself without like being repetitive, but like before you knew about it, it wasn't free Gaza because you didn't know. So like now if I'm sitting here talking to you about period poverty and like how women don't have access to basic period products, or like women in jail, like they don't have basic OBGYN care, and I'm telling you all these things, or even just like the gender pay gap and how that still exists, and how maternity leave is not fair for all women across like the US. Like if you don't know about those things, you're gonna be like sheltered, and you're gonna be like, there's no such thing as oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for here? There's no such thing as like woman inequality, basically, because you don't know. But now if you're educated on it, you're like, oh, wait a minute, no, I think I am a feminist, because I agree, I think that that's wrong, I think we should fight for that.
No, that's for sure. And I agree with all that. I know about all of that.
Well, I meant in like, a general sense, I'm not saying just for you.
No, yeah. But then I think that's just like, I think it really just like, I really just feel like it just falls into perspective of how like, because I want that. You know, I think, what did they say? I think like Australia just became like the first country to like allow women to have paid leave on their period. And I feel like that should be everywhere.
It really should be.
Because it's not fair, like, but also like, how do I say this? Like,
trying not to get canceled.
It's not even, I don't even know if it's just like about.
You've been doing that a lot. Is that your new stim?
Might be. I don't know, I just feel like, we should have that everywhere, right? But,
excuse me.
Because I don't want to seem like I'm hopeless or like hope.
It's hard. It's hard
like,
to have hope.
It is hard because Australia is run by a woman, which is why that conversation even came about.
Yeah.
We're never going to be able to get things done in a world or a country that is being run by men.
Yes, and even if in any version of our universe, if there's ever a woman president, who even knows, still like who, like you said, who is at these tables, who's going to let these things get passed, who's going to let her speak about the issues that affect women.
And that just goes back to my point of before. At that table, it'd be a lot of men, right? And they're ignorant, but also the way we're getting their attention, we're not doing it the right way. It's going back to my point of the aggression,
the stereotype,
because that's all they're seeing. When they think feminism, those men sitting at those tables, that's what they think about. They don't think about people like me and you, where like we're logical. We know we know how to think. We know how to say things without insulting. Can't say that for majority of women. I'm not judging anybody. Go off. I understand the anger. I get it, because especially when we live it. We live in a world where we have to fight for so much, and then even living in a world now where like our rights are being like reversed. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But also because we're not talking about it correctly. We're not having these conversations correctly, or in a manner where they're actually going to sit there and listen. They're going to continue being ignorant because we're being perceived as ignorant. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't approach a I'm not saying we have to baby them, but I'm also saying that we need to be more conscious of how we want things to be perceived. If we don't want to be perceived as emotional, we need to not be emotional. You know what I mean? Like, not take yourself fully out of it, but like, you need to also learn how to use your words.
Yeah, of course.
Because then we're not gonna get nowhere.
That's in like
we're
any
not gonna
setting.
get nowhere, and that just like ties my point and why I feel the way I feel about that. Like, yes, I believe in everything you said. Like, I read up on all that stuff, even like when it comes to like Black women in birth.
Yeah,
like,
the mortality
that
rates.
is insane. Like, why do they have to go through that? Why? But again, it goes back to we're not having the correct conversation to be able to fight that. Or even, I forgot where it was, but it was like honestly, the conversation of feminism should start within women too, because there are a lot of women that are ignorant.
Yes.
Like,
I was.
Like,
I own that.
like I forgot where it was. I forget the state right now, but like there's a state that there's a hospital that literally has like an area within like, there's like a program within the hospital that targets literally Black women in birthing, so they could be like taken care of correctly to make sure that they don't have like more like deaths, like baby deaths, or like even like mother deaths. Like they focus primarily on that. There was a woman who was literally suing that program, a white woman suing that program for not being allowed to be part of that program. Why? Who are you? You don't have the issues that Black women have. Black women are literally losing their lives, losing their babies because the medical field does not take care of them correctly. Why do you, as a white woman, think that you are obligated or entitled to that program at all, and then you're going out of your way to sue them? The conversation starts there first. It has to start with women first. I agree. Because you're ignorant as fuck for that. Like, you're ignorant as hell. Cause like, you don't ever see, like, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but you don't ever see white women being the main like victims behind like the mortality rates behind birth. They're like hardly ever part of the conversation. Not saying that it doesn't happen, but they're barely ever part of that conversation. So why the hell did you think that you were entitled to that? Again, as a woman, you're not looking at that if you're not looking at that, like, it doesn't even have nothing to do with race at that point. It just has to do a lot with just being a woman in general. It doesn't matter that she's Black and that she has that opportunity to get that. At that point, it's just being a woman. How do you, as a woman, look at another woman and envy what she has? How? That's not fair, bro. That's not fair. Like, and that's where I feel like the conversation starts there. We need to talk to women first before we can even talk and be able to fight for these things, because if we're not all on the same page, they're gonna look at us like we're a fucking joke.
I agree.
Y'all are a joke. But half of y'all are over here and half of y'all are here. How? We're not gonna get nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. There's power in identity, in the collective. Because when you have a group,
that just made me mad, bro. Like, I got hot.
I see. How? I didn't do it, Bree. I didn't do it. I'm so sorry. She's not gonna win. It's okay.
I hope she don't, because she doesn't deserve that.
No,
what the hell?
I can't believe that's even like a possibility.
Like,
it's ignorant.
What the hell? What the hell? Like, why did you even think you were part of that conversation? That is so, what? Bro, what?
And you didn't hear her, she said what?
Like, when I read that article, dude, I was so like livid. Like, I was like, yo, there's just no way. Like, there's just no way. Shorty, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, did you not read the criteria? Like, it literally has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, they don't care. It's just like the same thing with like affirmative action and like them getting rid of it, and it literally was primarily to benefit like white women in the workforce. Right. Yeah. I don't know. Point of this conversation was I wanted to pick your brain, because when you said that in the other episode, I was like, really, you don't identify as a feminist? Like, I was shocked, and I was like, I want to have a conversation with you about it, because like I said, like speaking from my own personal experience, like I didn't identify, and then once I had that class and I had that conversation, it like really opened up my eyes, and I was like, dude, that's crazy, because I remember sitting in my grandmother's house having a conversation with my aunt, and her being like, you're not one of those feminists, are you? And I was like, me never. No.
See, like, I was the opposite. So like,
but I didn't know.
So like when I first became like educated on feminism, like I was full force. Like I was.
But I didn't know at that time. That's my point.
Okay, like I was like full force. I was like, yeah, like, you know. But then like, I started educating myself, and I was just like, okay. Like
I think
there's just certain ways that I think that like. Like there's just certain things that I identify with and some things that I don't. Like you said, there's not a one definition. I just feel like if you're gonna ask me if I'm a feminism, let's sit down and like a feminist, sorry, or like if I believe in feminism. I just feel like you need to sit down and talk to me about it first. Yeah. You know? Because like don't categorize me immediately. Listen to me first. Don't just like
make an
go
assumption.
in. Yes. Don't go in with the perception that I'm this one thing, and the whole time like I would really say something else and you know you wouldn't know. And I mean like mainly I say that mainly like towards men, because like
what they think.
Like, no, but we need them to understand us. We need them to know what we think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, because men can be feminists too.
No, they should be.
Exactly.
They literally should be.
Exactly.
Like, I tell
but
Sheldon
they're not,
all the time.
But they're all not, though.
You need to be a feminist.
But they're all not, though. No. And that just goes to my point. Like, but also, we need to speak to them.
People are self-interested. They hear feminism, oh, I am not feminine. That's not going to help me. I don't care. It doesn't affect me, so why does it matter? That goes with anything.
But also, that just goes back to how they treat and feel about the women in their lives. That's just how I see it.
Okay, but like that argument itself, like, oh, like about like the whole, like even just like with rape, like, oh my gosh, like I could never rape anybody because like, well, you shouldn't, but like because I have a mother and a sister and an aunt and a whatever. Like, why do you need to have women in your life in order to think that that's wrong?
No.
Why?
Okay, in that perspective, yes, I agree with that. But also, like, I feel like in a perspective of because you have a mother, sister, whatever, like, you should want them to not want to be, like, you should want them to
be safe.
Be safe, but also you should want them to have the same opportunities in the life that you live, you know? Like, your mother shouldn't have to worry about going to the doctors or like having a problem with going to the doctors, you know, like
just being taken serious.
Your sister, she decides that she goes to the bathroom and she's complaining about like her having like, you know, like heavy menstrual cycles, like, or like she's having pains during that. You should want her to be taken serious, you know? You should want the doctors to jump at the sound of your sister saying that she's uncomfortable, because a lot of that goes it goes unheard, and it goes unidentified, or it goes
undiagnosed.
Yeah, and then you know later down the line, then you find out
cancer.
Yeah, literally. So like, as a man, like, you should want the women in your life to be good, to be taken care of, and to be like, you know, like, your single mother shouldn't have to struggle because she's not being paid enough. Like, your single mother shouldn't have to like fight for food stamps, or like, you know what I mean? Like, she, like, that like, as a man, you shouldn't want the women in your life to struggle.
I agree.
And that's the part that I like want men to like look at. Yeah. Like when it comes to like the whole rape thing, women are not in your life, boy, like that shouldn't even be a conversation. Like that should just speak to your humanity, period.
I think with a lot of things though, like I just use that as an example. Why, like you shouldn't be able, like we said, for Palestine, for Gaza, you shouldn't need to have somebody that you know that's in Palestine in order to care about it. You should just know that that's wrong. People are dying, they're targeting them, and they're silencing them through the media. That's wrong. Point blank, period. I don't need to know anybody. I don't need to have Palestinian friends. I don't need to be Palestinian myself. I just know that that's wrong, and that's why I care about it.
Right. With that being said, April 30th, 2026, it is still free Gaza. Okay? Still free Gaza. We're still talking about Gaza. Keep that shit in your conversations. Do not stop talking about it.
Is that today's date?
Yeah.
Oh, I was so confused. I'm like, what's going on April 30th? It's actually May 1st right now.
But yeah, keep that in the conversation. Make sure we're still fighting for that, because
yeah, it's dying down.
We're literally living this in real life, and just because it's not happening in our face, it's not on our grounds, it's still happening to people, it's still happening to children, it's happening to women, it's happening to families. And if you're a real person with real feelings, it should bother you. And if it doesn't, look in the mirror, please.
Amen. On that note, welcome to our bubble. Wasn't even supposed to be going on.
This is not the topic of today's podcast.
But that was great, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel very educated.
Do you feel me now, though?
I do feel you, but I think you need to see my perspective as well.
No, I do see it, though.
I think we need to wear that shit with pride. That's just my point of view.
Yeah.
And like F the stereotypes, because at the end of the day, those conversations that we're seeing in the media about like women when they like are going up against like when the speakers come to colleges and then like they have like the women like telling them and educating them about like abortion, and like that's mainly what it's always about. It's always about like women's reproductive health, and they're trying to like get their point across, and they're getting angry, or they don't have any rebuttals for those arguments. They're choosing to post those clips. They're not choosing the civil, educated, young college woman that is able to have those conversations and make the people that are starting these conversations to like get them mad. They're not choosing those conversations where they're stumped. They're choosing the ones that they're going to get a reaction, because they know that we need to keep the stereotype going that people that even though you're in college and you're studying women, gender, and sexuality studies, or just because you're a woman and you care about this, that doesn't mean that you're educated, and that doesn't mean that you're right, because you don't know. They want to keep that. So that's my point.
Okay, no. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. Yeah. For sure.
And at the end of the day, I don't care about no stereotypes. I'm always down to break them and defy them, because look at us. We are two young Latina women that are going to speak our mind. We care about human rights. We are educated. And beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, but nobody gonna shut me up.
That's right. And I'm a young mother, and that doesn't necessarily take away my other identities. And I'm gonna speak for my truth, because I know that's what's true to me, and that's what I care about. So I don't care about no stereotypes. Just because, like I said, I'm a young mom, doesn't mean that I can't go to school, doesn't mean that I can't make money, doesn't mean I can't have a good career, doesn't mean that I can't keep relationships. Just because people don't go to college don't mean that they're dumb. Doesn't mean that they're not going to have good careers. Doesn't mean that they're not going to excel in life. Just doesn't mean that they're going to be in poverty. Just because your parents were drug dealers or whatever, like, you know, like you're not limited to those stereotypes. And I think that there's so much power, like I said, in community and identity and in breaking those barriers.
Amen. I agree with that. But I just gotta take my power back and make it what I want it to be.
Amen. She's a feminist.
That's my definition, though.
Of course. Well, on that note,
I guess she wins this one, guys. Yes. But
Mom and Dad, are you watching? I won.
Yo. Yeah, that was really good. I like that. Good job.
Thank you.
But okay, I guess, with that note, we're gonna leave y'all with that. Tickle your brains a little bit.
Yeah, leave a comment. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that.
Be mad about it. I don't know. Popped your bubble.
Unintentionally.
All right. Good night. With love. Bring
and tip. Because we didn't do an intro.